I'm back. Yeah, well, it's been a very exciting time. Um, there's all sorts been going on in the kingdom of heaven, of course, and we have a new visitor in town, and this guy has brought to me loads of special equipment, knowledge, and he has invited me into his world. And what he has shown me is he's shown me how to explain my theories and my work in a scientific sense that connects with everybody. And it's really interesting. Like, it's really interesting, and we've created a collaboration where we are going to we're going to change things. Now, let's talk about where's the kingdom of heaven, better crooks. Where's the kingdom of... You can't be asking where the fucking kingdom of heaven is, man. What are you trying to do? Nah, the kingdom of heaven is in your heart. All you have to do is find it. As soon as you open your heart to the kingdom of heaven, the world is yours. It is your oyster. So, like, but first, Becca, to get to the kingdom of heaven, imagine, right? Like, can you imagine, like, a garden, right? Imagine a garden, and God is sat on a throne in the middle of this garden, right? And obviously, around the garden is a hedge, a fence, and to get through or over the fence, you've got to walk through the gate. So first, you need to find the gate. Look for the gate. As soon as you find the gate, you may gain access to the key. And then when you find the key, you find the door. And then when you find the door, you find heaven. But on that journey, you've found everything you've been looking for, like a true love, some treasure, some money. On that journey, you found everything you need. And when you get to heaven, you're fucking sorted. Big style. Now, I'm waiting there for you, right? And I'm waiting for you to spiritually enlighten yourselves so that you can come into contact with a higher being. And obviously, I'm going to help you along the way with my videos and with my website and with my guidance, my spiritual guidance notes. We can do it basically like we'll have spiritual guidance from nature, from Mother Nature, from the universe, and what we'll do, right, is we'll just walk, right? I'm not joking, right? We'll just fucking walk, and when we walk, we'll not stop, and we'll just plow through all the fucking people that's ill, mentally ill, depressed, with cancer, etc. We'll just plow through them all, and we'll just heal the cunts. Heal them, right? And when the government comes to shut us down, what we're going to do? We're not going to do anything. We're just going to let the spirit deal with them. With what, obviously, when you're enlightened and you're elevated as much as I am at the minute, you've got that many spirits working for you. You don't need to do anything because the spirit world just zaps your enemies away like a so let's just say, right, that you've got all, say you like for instance, right, now you've got all these clever people on here, right, and they think like when I put a normal status on Facebook, like a general status, right, they'll come on and they'll say, Bear knows fuck all, or I don't know, right? But whatever they do, right, when they put that negative status on, right, automatically they get negative karma. So So, like I say, here I am defeating the enemy myself, to be honest, because like they're playing with fucking fire and they divert you, Becca Crooks, or Brodie Purvis, or Connor Campbell, or David Beard. They divert you from my status, or to divert you to, instead of saying a positive word about a comment about my work or status, you see a negative because they did. They divert you. And what it is, they get double, triple, fucking quadruple negative karma from the spirit world. And they say that I am the one that knows fuck all. Ha 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 ha. No. Guess what? Do I have news for you? Do I have news for you, my friends? So, I mean, how long is it going to be? How long is it going to take, right, for you to stand up, right, and just say, do you know what it is, right? We can do better than this, right? We can do better than this as a family, we can do better than this as citizens of Earth, as human beings. We can fetch our children up, right? For example, we can fetch our children up to love and to understand spiritual nature, to understand spirits, to understand how to achieve abundance, how to think positive in life. And we can tell them everything that they fucking need to know, how to cure themselves of depression, how to confess whatever's on their mind, to cure themselves of depression, and to move away from negative thoughts. We can tell them key information that they need to survive. Now, we did not, I repeat, every single person that's watching this video right now did not learn anything. No key to life. They learned nothing about life in school. And when we left school, right, at 16-year-old, right, we were used to having everything bought for us from our parents. We left school, we entered the world of money. We were taught nothing on life. We entered the world of money. We just went, we just crashed. I fucking did. I just crashed. I become successful, but I crashed because I thought, whoa, fucking hell. I went from freedom to being a slave, to being a fucking slave to the bastard government. So the government. So how can they, right, sit in those chairs, those chairmen, those politicians, the Queen, the government? How can they sit there, right, and let people suffer? Let those children be taught bullshit. Let you, Becca Crooks, live a life of depression. Aye, depression. I know all about you. I know all about you, Brodie Purvis. I know all about you, and I know all about you, and I know all about you, and you, and you. It's not about that. What it's about is the fact that the government are letting us down. We deserve better. just like they're getting better. They're getting everything. They've got everything they need and everything they want. And you're providing that for them. You're working for them. You're providing taxes for them. You're giving them everything they want. And in return, if you turn around and tell them that a spirit guide's guiding you somewhere, right? And if you feel a spirit with you and you say, oh, I feel enlightened, I'm getting a higher self-consciousness, I'm moving up in the world, I'm elevating, I'm an indigo child, I'm a star child, I'm a rainbow child. I confessed and I moved up higher in the spiritual world, and I've got spirits protecting us. If you see anything like that, right, you're fucking mentally ill. So if you come into divine enlightenment in alignment with nature, which is the only thing that can shut the government down, you are taught to be mentally ill to the doctors. They're taught in universities by the government to say that you're mentally ill. So the doctor comes along and says, yes, you're mentally ill. So you sit there and think, oh, shit, I'm mentally ill. Fuck's sake, I'm mentally ill. I'm depressed. Why am I fucking depressed? Why am I depressed? Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm not right. I'm not like everybody else. I'm mentally ill. That doctor's just giving you a fucking illness. Can you not see it? Can you just not fucking see it? Get up! It's time to fucking shut the cunts down. When I told the government, right, in June, on June the 29th, I believe it was the 29th, I've got proof of that, 29th of June 2016, 6 months previous to that, I found and I was guided to a cure for cancer. I tried to tell everybody, right? I went everywhere. I went all out, right? And I said, look, I've got a cure for cancer. We're going to have to do something about this. I heard nothing, right? For 6 months. Nobody, everybody just like, whoa. It was like, whoa. And I was like, aye, whoa, it is, whoa. Like, fucking, it's unreal. Yeah. So I send this cure to the government, right? And you know what the government say? They say that Andrew Blair expanded genomic data commons. They didn't say Andrew Blair found a cure for cancer. They said Andrew Blair expanded genomic data commons and boosted the utility of its resources. So what the fuck does that mean? Like, I boosted genomic data commons, right? So that relates to genomic data commons. What does genomic relate to?
I'm not sure.
We're not even sure. The scientist isn't sure what genomic even relates to. So now we're trying to fucking figure out what genomic relates to, and now we're trying to figure out what resources they're even on about. And we realised that they found something and they were given a cure, and they just took it and they decided to use that cure to create a new drug or a transplant in the patient's bloodstream, in the DNA. So they find the stem in the brain, the cancer stem, right, which stems from confession of sins, which stems from sinning. So they've got that stem. Let's just say it's coming from here or here. I don't know. I'm not a surgeon, right? But let's just say it's coming from here, right? Now they've got that stem there, right? And they know that they know that the cancer is stemming from there. So all they need to do, right, they don't need to cut the stem. All they need to do is just inject, transplant a different stem. So they transplant different DNA, like somebody's DNA that's got less less cancer cells, etc., etc. And they stem it into their DNA. Obviously, the cancer is eventually going to come back because it's still stemming from the brain, and this patient still hasn't confessed. The cancer is going to come back, but it's not going to come back for a while because they're basically bypassing with science, right? They're using science to bypass nature, Mother Nature. So that is so, right? The government, remember, the government doing this. This is President Obama's National Cancer Institute. The government are bypassing nature, right? So that you don't have to confess your sins. And what that means for the government is that if you realize, right, if you as a general citizen realize that a sin, right, is to work for the police, a sin is to be or work in the army, to shoot people, right? That is a sin. And that means that you are open, wide open to attack from the universe with cancer and with other illnesses, right? So you're wide open to attack spiritually and physically, right? The spiritual world can just come in and just fucking wipe you out. It could just shut you down like that, bang. Or it could just play with you and it could just punish you all your life. You could be depressed, you could be hurt, you're saddened by what happened. The spiritual world will shut you down, right? And it is a sin to work, right? It is a sin for you to work against your own human rights, right? For you to go to work every day and say, do you know what it is? I fucking hate this job, right? But then the person next to you says, I fucking hate this job and all. But then you accept it as normal, this job you hate. And you're sinning by working against your own human rights, by you work like you're not living the life that you would if the government weren't fucking lying, yeah? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? Eh? Are you sure about that, Bear? Bear, you know fuck all you like. I tell you what it is, I know a fucking damn lot more than fucking some of you cunts on here. A damn lot more. And I'm going to lead. I'm going to lead and I'm going to fucking lead everyone out of this world before I die. I'm going to lead every cunt out of this world, everyone. Because we deserve better. And my children are putting up with this shit that we've had to put up with, and I've had to put up with in my life. And my mother had to put up with, and that my grandma has to put up with, and that you have to put up with, Better Cruz. Why should I sit back and watch you suffer? Why should I sit back and watch you suffer and watch and sit back and listen to that stuff that they're putting on that TV, to listen to the genomic data commons that they're talking about? Why should I have to listen to lies? It's all lies. Why? And do you know what it is, right? Why can't you, right, just understand, right, that I've got something, right? And if I didn't have something, right, I'm telling you, I've got something, right? And if I didn't have this little something, or big something, right, I wouldn't be here today making this video, right? I to be able to talk like this, right? And I to be able to say, I'm going to lead you out here, right? I'm going to lead you to freedom. I wouldn't say that if I didn't have something, right? Now, I don't know how far on you are in your journey for enlightenment, for higher consciousness, but like I say, you get through the gate, and then when you get through the gate, you've got a door that leads you to heaven. It's like a house. It's like a brick house, and God's sitting on the throne inside this house, and you need to get through the door. So you need to find the doorway, right? When you find the doorway, right, what opens the door? You realize the door's locked. You need a key. You need a key to get through the doorway, to find God, to find enlightenment, to find love, to find success, to find everything. You need this key. Now then, 3 years ago, right, I found the key. I found the key to life. The key to life. And I realized how important this key was to everybody on earth. I realized how important it was because this key, this exact key, right, happened to cure me of depression without prescription drugs. I sat back and I studied and I tried to figure out, right, and figure out where this key came from, because I needed to know exactly how to use this key to be able to cure somebody of depression without prescription drugs, the same way I was. Now, I decided to write a book. I called the book, believe it or not, me having found out the key after I wrote The Key to Life, but I wrote the book called The Key to Life. And at the bottom of the book it says, "Come and fly with me, I'll take you high above to another place that you've never seen before, where the angels sing, upon heaven's door you will find my love. Come and fly with me, I'll take you high above," and so on and so forth. And this book, what I wrote inside this book that very key. The key, I just want to give you the key. Can I give you the key? I want to give you the key. Can I give you the key? Right. So, I don't know how far you're on it in your consciousness, but one day you're going to come back into this video and you're going to say, now I know what he's talking about. I remember, like, you've got to be so high a level in a consciousness. It's like you, Raz Elliott, being on level 7, right? In your higher consciousness level, and me being on level 10, right? And then me saying to you, right, to get to level 10, you need the key. But Raz Elliott hasn't passed level 8 or 9 yet, and he hasn't passed through the gate to get to the divine partner, or to get to this, to get to that. And you need to get stage by stage, stepping stones, like stairs. You cannot walk up. You cannot walk from bottom to top stair. You have to walk up each stair. And when you do, you gain further insight into every step. So the key, right? The key is to cure myself of depression, right? I had to have something on my mind. And I can tell you that every patient with depression has to cure themselves by confessing what's on their mind. It could be something simple, a death in the family. It could be something of a sin. It could be something they're ashamed of. Whatever it is, they need to confess it, right? But that is not the key. Don't worry, that is not the key. That is simple. It's easy to work that out. they feel alone in the world, for example. So the key is, right, to being able to change the way that person is thinking. So that person thinking negatively all the time. Why am I depressed? Why am I depressed? Oh, I always do that, right? Oh, I fucking do this and I do that. I've got bad luck. Blah blah blah. Yeah, because you need to confess what's on your mind, and you confess. Then all of a sudden, right, when you confess this problem that's been on your mind for so long, you're open-minded, right? The key is when a person confesses to depression, that person sat in front of them that they've confessed to has to come back with a positive answer for their confession. So that person comes back with that positive answer while the other person is listening, and that other person is listening loud and clear. He's like, right, you've caught us at my lowest moment. Oh, I'm so ashamed. He said, what should I? And then he's like, what should I do? And I'm open their opinion. Right, so this is where you jump in, right? Honestly, you blast in with this one. First thing on your mind comes in, and you say, right, well, that's okay, because do you know what it is? Everybody in this world does that. Or you need to have a positive outlook on life, not a negative. And that person, right? Whatever you say to that person in that specific time, you've got a time frame of like 30 seconds or something like that to explain your sentence to them or your paragraph. And when you explain your sentence or paragraph to that person that has just had cancer, that person has just had depression, that person has just had HIV, that person that's just had this, just had that illnesses, mental illnesses, schizophrenia, fucking this, that, the other. It all stems down to the same thing. You need to figure out the key, and you need to catch them while they're open to opinion. And if you do, and it's not hard, once you've done it once or twice, bang, 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 bang. And they go, I've never been this happy before. It's mad that I... I've never been this happy before. Yeah. So, Becca, thanks. I'll try. Nice one. See, honestly, like, it works. It fucking works. I've used it many a times. Like I say, I've been in mental health hospitals, and I didn't just sit there and do fuck all. I tested everything. I tested all the patients, and I used them all. I used them all to be able to tell you this today. So, I've been on 28 minutes, right? I'm fucking knackered. Now, the book, The Key to Life, how I come up with all this, is free on my website, right? You type in hashtag, capital letters, One Truth. In the shop, you need to register. You'll gain insight, knowledge, guidance, free guidance. You'll gain support. You'll gain friendship. You'll gain ability to post on our forum. You'll gain a free ebook of Key to Life, discounts on clothing. You'll be able to help us change this world with your, right? Because the guidance comes in from One Truth, from me, from our staff, and it tells us what you're capable of as a human being. And we offer you goods and services and support and guidance to be able to join. So we know who is the initiative coordinator. We know already by the spirit world who is front line. We know who is research associate, for example. We know who can support us in advertising. We know because they're coming in. You visitors are coming in. We're doing guidance letters. We're doing spiritual readings for you. We're figuring out exactly who you are and what you're capable of to promote and to utilize our business. And together with nature, we with nature can change this world. One truth, oneworldtruth.org. Sign up for it because it's going to be fucking huge.